Janet Jackson, legendary singer, dancer, actress, and overall performer, and the youngest member of the very legendary, famous Jackson family, has recently come under fire for her comments that she made in a recent interview. She was doing an interview to promote her European leg of her current concert tour, and for some reason the interviewer took that opportunity to ask her a question about Vice President Kamala Harris and her impending presidential run in 2024 for the United States. She asked Janet, basically, she said, how does it feel to be on the verge of possibly having the first female black president? And Janet went on to respond that from what she heard, that Kamala is Indian. The interviewer went in to try to correct her, I guess, and said, yeah, her mother is Indian, but her father is from Jamaica and he's black. Well, Janet gave a little pushback to that and said, well, from what I've heard, that her father is white, right? And Janet did admit that she was not heavily informed on the situation. She did say that she did admit in that interview that she wasn't, real up to date on the info about Kamala Harris and the presidential election in general, But this triggered a firestorm amongst people, especially many black folks. Three of the most prominent people who were triggered by Janet's statements were comedian rickeysmiley, comedian dlhughley, and commentator Rolandmartin. These three have chosen to defend Kamala's blackness, as well as hand out harsh remarks toward personal attacks toward Janet and her entire family. They have attacked verbal attacks against personal attacks against Janet and her whole family. They've chosen to do that. Not long after, a seemingly apologetic press release was released from Janet Jackson that was apologizing for her disparaging remarks against Vice President Kamala Harris. But that was later refuted that came from Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson's people denounced that was a bogus apology press release, and it was unauthorized, and it wasn't approved by Janet herself. Apparently, the press release apology came from a former employee of Janet Jackson, and like I said, it wasn't approved by Janet at all. And so Janet seemed to have been standing 10 toes down on her statement she made about Vice President Kamala Harris, and that only triggered people more, especially black folks, as I said earlier. Now, let's explore this, shall we? Kamala's mother, who unfortunately passed away in 2009, was 100% Indian. I don't think there's no I don't think there's no dispute about that. She was 100% Indian. I think all sides agree on that Kamala's mother, who passed away in 2009, unfortunately, was 100% Indian woman. Matter of fact, Miss Kamala Harris promoted that as well during her bid in 2019 for the 2020 presidential election. She kind of heavily promoted her mother, and that her mother was 100% Indian. I don't think that's ever been a dispute. On the other hand, we have Kamala's biological dad, who was born in Jamaica. And, that's why a lot of people say that he's black because he was born in Jamaica. But, just because he was born in Jamaica, that doesn't make him, that makes him about as black as it makes me for being born in America. Is because I was born here in the United States of America. Does that make me white, Asian, or Hispanic? No, I'm black. So, I mean, just because I was born in the United States of America doesn't make me, it doesn't define who I am as far as race. But I'm just saying. But Kamala's dad was born in Jamaica. And this is where most believe that her quote-unquote blackness comes from him. Now, from this picture here, I would say one thing. I would say that that Janet is wrong on one thing. He's definitely not white. From his appearance, he's definitely not 100% Caucasian. He's not. So he's mixed with something in there. So, but the question is he black? We don't know. Or is he of black genes? We don't know. That's the big question mark there. Using the logic of many is in the sense that because Kamala's dad was born in Jamaica, that makes him black. I'm gonna see, with that, using that same logic, Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla Motors, he was born in South Africa. So does that make him black? Using the logic of Kamala's dad, because he was born in Jamaica. Does that make Elon Musk black because he was born in South Africa? Something to think about. Getting back to Kamala's dad, why is it that he seemingly has been pushed in the background? He's still alive, he's still very much alive, so why is it seemingly that he's pushed in the background? He's not heavily promoted by Kamala as far as in the media or nothing like that. I find that interesting. Even at the 2024 Democratic National Convention, although many other family members of Kamala attended that convention, her dad was mysteriously absent from that convention. Anything really that has to go with her campaign here. I really find it interesting too, that you would think with all this controversy of her actual heritage, you would think that if he was actually black, that she would want to promote him more. She would want to put him out there more to refute the charges of her not being black. But that's just my thinking. I would think that, but it is what it is, So this is her dad. This is her biological dad. You take with it what you want to take from it. But it's interesting. It's a whole interesting story here. So. But I just wonder, why is he seemingly pushed in the background? That's what I find interesting. That kind of speaks volumes. Back to the three prominent gatekeepers of Kamala's blackness. Back to these three here, gatekeepers of Kamala's blackness. They have also made assertions about Janet, talking about that she had a child with a non-black man, and how her family has non-black wives, have chosen wives that were non-black, and to have children with and marry and stuff like that. So they were critical of Janet and her family of their choices of non-black people to marry and have children with. Which, hey, it is what it is. You marry, you love, you have children with whoever you love and whoever you want to. I really don't have a problem with that. I don't think that makes you less black for having a child or marrying somebody that is not of the same race. So that's just me. I don't believe that makes you less black. But I do find this interesting that they would attack Janet for having a child with a non-black individual, and her family for having married non-black, married and having children by non-black individuals, because Kamala herself is married to a non-black man. So I mean, they're making the argument that, and they're defending Kamala's blackness by attacking someone else, Janet and her family, for marrying and having children with non-black people, while the person they're defending blackness is married to a non-black man. Please, 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 please make that make sense. Somebody, please make that make sense. But I'm gonna end the video right here. I'm not, you vote for whoever you want to. I'm promoting that everybody vote, vote for somebody. Make your voice be heard in this 2024 election. Yeah, on this one I am out. I guess this debate is gonna keep going on. It shouldn't matter one way or the other. At the end of the day, it should be about policy and what you plan on doing for the American people. That should be the issue. It shouldn't be about race. Racial politics shouldn't be about none of that. It should be about the policies of the candidates. That's just my opinion. But like I said, I'm going to end the video right here. Please feel free to like, share, comment on this video. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. After subscribing, please click on that little notification bell to be notified of any new uploads. And with that, I am out. Peace. See you in the next one. One love.